Hi, my dear student. Welcome to our English class. For today, our topic is Modal Should, and our objective to analyze how to use should. And now, let's start. Please pay attention.
When do you use modal verb should? Okay, should for advice. Advice is consejo. We can use should to express advice. Like other modal verbs, should doesn't change with different subjects. Ok, entonces nosotros utilizamos el modal should para expresar consejos, ok? And remember, you can use should with different subjects. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. And should doesn't change. Y should no cambiará, ok? In this case, remember that is so important. When you use a modal verb, the next verb you can't conjugate. Usted no puede conjugar. Okay, the verb is in the base form, en su forma base. For example, you should take food and water. You should stay in the car. En este caso vemos que ocupa sujetos diferentes, tanto you como he. Y should, the modal, is the same. Y ocupamos el mismo modal, no debemos aumentarle nada. And the next verb is in base form. Very good. Take, stay. Food and water, stayed in the car. Okay? That is important. Now, we are going to analyze these sentences. For example, you should take food and water, and he should stay in the car. Estas dos oraciones son afirmativas. Now, if I want to change in negative, you have to change the modal verb in negative. You have to add not or with contraction shouldn't. You shouldn't take food and water. In negative, he shouldn't stay in the car. Remember, in negative, only you have to change the modal verb should in negative shouldn't. Okay, don't forget that. And the same sentence. For example, look at this. Subject, you, and you is the same. In affirmative, should. In negative, shouldn't. In affirmative, take. In negative, take. The same. In affirmative, food and water. In negative, food and water is the same. Only the thing, la única cosa que cambia es el auxiliar en negativo. Very good. Shouldn't. And he should stay in the car. In negative, please change in negative. Cambia negativo. ¿Qué debemos cambiar? The verb, the modal verb. Very good. Should, shouldn't. He shouldn't stay in the car. In question. ¿Qué pasa en las preguntas? In question, you have to change the first part. The subject and the modal. You have to write in the first part the modal and then y después el sujeto. Okay? For example, in affirmative, siempre vamos a ver para hacer las preguntas las oraciones afirmativas. Okay? You should take food and water. Now, changing question. Should in the first part, then the subject, you. The verb in the base form, because you can conjugate a verb next to a modal. Okay, in this case, take and take. And you have to write the complement, food and water. And don't forget the question mark in the final of the question. It is so important. Si usted no escribe la question mark, el signo de pregunta, está mal toda la oración o toda la pregunta en este caso. Okay? The next. He should stay in the car. Now, change in question. You have to write in the first part the modal. should, the subject, he, and the verb stay in the car, stay, and the complement in the car. And don't forget the question mark. Okay, should he stay in the car? Okay, my dear student? Now, we are going to practice on your book. Please, my dear student, open your black and white book on page number 60. Okay? Va a abrir su librito blanco y negro en la página número 60, la actividad B. Activity B. Look at the pictures and write advice. What is advice? ¿Qué era advice? Consejo. Very good. You have to first look at the picture, okay? And then you have to write the advice. Y luego vamos a escribir nuestro consejo. Okay, let's start with number 1. You have to use the words that you have in this picture, okay? Please read number 1. You shouldn't. Continue with the reading, please. Under the tree. Excellent, very good. Now, let's start with number 2, okay? Please, you can read number 2. Use too much water. First, what can you see in this picture? ¿Qué puede ver en esta imagen? This is a dessert, very good. Number 2, you have to write the subject, you, and then you have to write the modal. In this case, in negative, shouldn't, in negative, and you have to write the same, okay? The verb in the base form, used too much water, the complement, okay? Let's start with number 3. Please read this. Go to a basement, very good. Now, what can you see in this picture? ¿Qué puede ver en esta imagen? Okay, very good. In this case, you should go to a basement, okay? In this case, you have to write the subject, you, the auxiliary, should, and the modal verb, should, and the verb in the base form, go, and the complement, okay? Now, let's start with number 4. Stay in the car. According to the picture, what can you see? ¿Qué puede ver? Okay, very good. Now, you have to write the subject, in this case, you, the modal, should, and remember the verb in the base form, stay in the car. Okay? ¿Difícil? No, okay? Now, we are going to do a small review about this, okay? In negatives, you have to change only the modal in negative. This sentence is affirmative. She should try to finish her projects on time. Now, change in negative. Cambia negativa. Very good. Usted solo tiene que cambiar el modal en negativo. En este caso, she shouldn't try to finish her projects on time. And this is all. Y ya está hecho en la negativa, ¿ok? Solo cambiando el modal hacia, aumentándole not o with contraction, con contracción, shouldn't, ¿ok? Now, in question, you have to change the subject in the first part and the modal. Okay, sorry. You have to change the subject in the second part and you have to change the modal, in this case should, in the first part. Por ejemplo, la afirmativa le dice, she should try to finish her project on time. And in question, you have to change should in the first part, the modal, and then the subject, she, the verb in the base form, try, and the complement, to finish her projects on time. And the final, the question mark. Don't forget this because it's so important. You have to use the question mark in the final. Okay, my dear student? Now, in this example, he should save money. Él debería ahorrar dinero. Now, this sentence is affirmative. Now, change in negative. He, the subject, the modal in negative, shouldn't, and the verb in the base form, save, and the complement. Okay? And now, in question, ¿cómo hacemos las preguntas? You have to change, como vimos en el ejercicio, tomando en cuenta la oración afirmativa, cambiamos de posición el sujeto y el modal. Very good. In this case, should, in the first part, the subject in the second part, he, the verb, save, and the complement money. And the question mark in the final, don't forget the question mark. Okay? And this is all. Y está cambiado en tanto en afirmativa, negativa y pregunta con el modal should. Okay, remember, we use the modal verb should for advice, para consejos, okay? And that is so important, okay? My dear student, please practice at home and you can look this example, okay? Tenemos que practicar en la casita. Now, mire este ejemplo. What can you see in this picture? ¿Qué puede ver en esta imagen? He is a boy. Él es un niño. ¿Cómo está él? Sucio, ¿no es cierto? Vamos a darle una sugerencia al niño. Vamos a darle un consejo. Utilizando el modal should. He should take a shower. Take a shower. Tomar una ducha. ¿Ok? Entonces, el sujeto he, el modal should, porque eso ocupamos para consejos, and the verb in the base form, take, and the complement, a shower. ¿Ok? And this is all. Entonces ya acabamos de dar un consejo. Entonces vamos a practicar para dar consejos a nuestra familia, ¿sí? Okay, my dear student, thank you for your attention, and this is all for our class. Try to practice at home. Bye bye.